Hello everyone, this is Tanner151 here, and this is my review for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It's also my first video for Black Ops 2, so if you guys would, could you give me a like and a comment? I would like to know what you guys think of the game. What is your favorite perk setup, attachments, guns, all that. I will tell you my favorite either later on in this video or another video. Anyway, this is the review. I'm going to split it up in three parts: campaign, zombies, and multiplayer. Campaign and zombies won't be that long. Multiplayer will be the longest because that's the main thing in Call of Duty. So here we go. Call of Duty 2, or sorry, Black Ops 2 campaign is a sequel to the Call of Duty Black Ops 1 campaign in terms of returning characters. Not really an overall plot and story arc. Not really. It's its own game. So if you haven't played Black Ops 1, you don't need to play or if you haven't played Black Ops 1, you won't be lost in Black Ops 2. You won't be like, oh my god. Imagine trying to play Halo 3 without having played Halo 1 and 2. You're going to be a little lost, like, why are we fighting aliens? So that's my comparison. You don't need to play Black Ops 1 to have played Black Ops 2. It has its own story, which is actually really good. The story writer was the person that made Batman Begins and Batman the Dark Knight, which were some of my favorite movies. I think The Dark Knight was the best one. So the person that wrote those movies wrote the plot for this game, and they did a great job. I think it was really good, and for something that's rare in video games, it was emotional. Some video games don't have emotion at all. Like, it's just like, oh, you tried, but it wasn't that good. This game attempted at emotion and got it. It made me feel sorry for the main bad guy. The main bad guy is Raul Menendez. Way better bad guy than Makarov ever was. He is not just like this foreign person that, why is he so mad? Why is he doing this? They explain why Raul Menendez does what he does. I won't ruin the campaign for you because it is a great campaign. I had a lot of fun with it. I highly suggest it. And the campaign was actually really long in my point of view because I kept going back to multiplayer. I even played a little zombies, so I didn't play campaign straight through, then go to those others. So I only played in increments. But I think it was about 6.5 hours, if not longer, if you do all the strike missions, which I did. So it was about maybe 7 hours. Then again, I died at some points, so I had to restart, or I found this really annoying glitch when I was first playing the game on my first mission. I was playing, then all of a sudden I paused during a cutscene, and when the cutscene came out, I had no gun. I couldn't fire, I couldn't knife, so I had to restart the mission, which added another 30-40 minutes to my playtime, so there is that. But overall, the campaign is amazing. I loved it. The lip syncing could have been better. It wasn't that great, to be honest. I mean, it was the best in the Call of Duty franchise, but compared to like Halo, Battlefield, and Medal of Honor, it wasn't as convincing that they were talking. Does that make sense? But it's still not bad. The graphics are they're the best in the Call of Duty franchise also, which is what it wants to do. It wants to be better than its previous game. But they're not on par with Halo 4 or Battlefield 3 or Medal of Honor. They do need a new engine. This is a solid engine. They can base the next one off of this, but it is lagging slightly. However, Treyarch pushed the boundaries of this engine to the max, and it looks beautiful. This is the best looking COD. Treyarch finally added color in their games, which is a huge problem in Black Ops 1. There's like no colors, like brown, gray, white, and black. That was all their color, it seemed. So the sounds for the game, they are very good. It's probably the best sounding Call of Duty. I know it's like, well, who cares how it sounds, how a gun sounds or anything? It convinces me that I'm actually shooting the gun. Like the intervention in Modern Warfare 2. I love that gun. I loved how it sounded. I grew used to it. But when it's firing this huge bullet, it goes while the DSR in this game goes. It sounds powerful. It sounds meaty. It's like, it's good. It's good to hear. It's like, oh, I got to kill with that. I'm a boss. So, now to zombies. Well, let me finish up on campaign. Campaign's amazing. The Strike Force missions, which were, I won't say they were added on last minute, and they weren't bad, but they could have been done better. There could have been more to it. Now, they're not bad, and the decisions you make in Strike Force and throughout the campaign affect your ending. I don't know by how much. I've only played it once, but it can affect your ending ever so slightly. So the Strike Force missions were a good add-on. They're great to play, and you don't have to play them. It's not making you play them. They're a good add-on, but they could have been done a little better. They could have gone more deeper. That's all I have to say about campaign. Now into zombies. Personally, I thought zombies was a disappointment, at least as it is now, because I was reading on zombies before the game came out, and it was saying, oh yeah, there's going to be like 4 or 5 new game modes, there's going to be so many maps, and I realized the game hasn't been out all that long, so they probably haven't implemented all of them yet, but it is, I'll explain why I was disappointed in zombies. I think it was overhyped. There is one super map called TranZit, and within TranZit, there's like 5 or 6 other maps, maybe definitely at least 4 or 3, that you can play survival and grief on. Survival is the classic zombie, what we've known since World at War. Grief is a new game mode where you actually play against 4 other players and zombies. Now I know you're thinking, oh my god, I get to play and fight other human characters and zombies at the same time, this is so awesome. Well, actually you don't. You just interact with the other 4 and you want to be the team that survives, but you don't actually fight the other human players, which is what I thought was going to happen. So I was like, oh, that sucks. I wasn't really excited about Grief after that. Grief just seems like a boring game mode. And Grief, for some reason, it took so long for zombies to like come out, and it was so slow for like the first 6 or 7 rounds. After that, it does pick up, and it starts feeling like survival with just another team with you. But the first like 6 or 7 rounds for Grief they were so boring. I was getting bored to tears. Now the classic game mode, survival, which is the normal basic game for zombies, was really good. It was what you would expect. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I actually played that more than the others. Then there is a game mode where you actually play in TranZit, where you go throughout all of the map TranZit, and you go to each location, which is a map for I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say, which was a map for survival and grief. You go to each location and you fight there. It's a really cool game mode. I haven't done the story for it, and I don't know if I will yet because I need a full party to do the Easter egg story. So we'll see. So zombies is not bad as it is now. I was a little disappointed. However, with the DLC maps that are going to come out, they're going to bring new zombie maps, which will add more flavor to the maps. Because since they're all based in TranZit, they all have that ashy, dark, mist, like dust storm feel. While it is pretty to look at for like 1 or 2 maps, having all the maps look essentially the same is kind of boring. So that's my opinion on zombies. Then again, I'm not a huge zombies player. If you guys love it, that's awesome, and I think it's a good game mode, but it could have been done a little better, and I think it was overhyped just a tad. But with future expansions, it will live up to the hype eventually. Now on to multiplayer. This is what people usually get the Call of Duties for. It seemed the multiplayer mixed Black Ops, of course, with a little bit of Modern Warfare 3, and that made me hesitant because I'm like, oh god, Modern Warfare 3. Well, they essentially stripped out everything of the game, then added stuff back in. They didn't just get the same thing, then added stuff to that. It's like they took out whole things of the game, then put it in, refined and tweaked and all that, which is good. I won't say it's the best multiplayer yet, because I think the best was Call of Duty 4, then Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3 just sucked. But this is arguably one of the best ones. Like, Call of Duty 2 was the best World War II Call of Duty game, and Call of Duty 4 was the best Call of Duty modern game. I think this will be the best futuristic Call of Duty game, where it will set the bar. This will be the COD 4 of Treyarch's series, I think, for their futuristic series, Black Ops 2 and 3. Now, there are issues with the multiplayer. No game is perfect, but this has to be the best, the least flawed Call of Duty at launch, from what I've experienced. Servers were great on day one. They weren't like I couldn't play with a friend that lives 50 miles away. I could play with him easily. We never dropped anyone, really. There was a weird glitch where if you're in, okay, you go to multiplayer, Xbox Live, you're in multiplayer, and you go to public match. Then once you go to public match, then you have another screen where it says find match and all that. It was half the time when I would invite someone from that screen, they couldn't join. So you'd have to back out all the way to the public match, custom games, and all that screen to invite them or whatever. So I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that'll be fixed or not. Wasn't really a huge deal, but I just thought y'all should know. Round-based domination, I'm not a huge fan of, even though I think I know why they did it. Because I'm going to warn you guys, the spawns in this game are terrible. They are. I won't lie. I won't butter it up. They're absolutely garbage. And, well, at least not in Team Deathmatch, because Team Deathmatch, you're not really centered around one location, but it's so easy to get spawn trapped in this game, and it's just a madness. So I'm just gonna warn you guys that spawns are terrible as they are, especially in domination and hardpoint, which makes no sense because hardpoint the objective moves around, but I've been spawn trapped in one location for a good 2-3 minutes, and trying to get out of a spawn trap when you're playing with randoms is near impossible. So after I've warned you that the spawns are terrible, I don't know how I feel about round-based domination. It's like we're gonna have a lot of fun, and game ends, new round starts. It's like you're taking away the hype, not the hype, the tempo, the pace of the game. But I think they did it because the spawns are so bad that it's going to like fight against the terrible spawn. So if you're in a really bad spawn for that first round, next round comes, everyone starts off on the other side of the map. The spawns switch, the flag that you start off switches, and you have to recapture everything. So it balances the playing field. If you play with some friends, you can, if you lose the first round, you could win the second round and actually win the game if you have more points at the end of both rounds. So round-based is good and bad. I just personally don't like it that much, but I see why they did it. Sniping in this game is it's like Black Ops 1 speed in time when you zoom in, but there's no sway. However, there is no auto lock or auto aim assist when you zoom in for about the first second, which is the quick scoping portion of zooming in. And it's actually not bad. It's really good. When you get a kill, you feel satisfied like when you did in Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 2 and 3, well, except Modern Warfare 2 because it was so fun sniping, but Modern Warfare 3, if I got a quick scope, I'm like, eh. But in this game, when I get a quick scope, I'm like, oh, yeah, take it, noob. I'm the best. Oh. So it's really fun to have that feeling of getting a kill with a sniper. It feels really accomplished. There are 2 score streaks. Killstreaks have been replaced by Scorestreaks now, which I think was a great move. The 2 overpowered Scorestreaks are Hunter Killer Drone, because it's almost always a guaranteed kill or guaranteed to take down air support, which isn't bad, but it's almost always guaranteed to kill. And I'm not gonna lie, I use it because I have to compete pretty much. But it getting 1 kill is not bad. Almost 1 kill every time is not bad. It's the splash damage on the score streak, sorry. I've seen people get killed by that while they're not even the one being targeted. I've gotten triple kills with it. I mean, I'm not gonna mind it, but it is overpowered and it does need to be addressed. Even if you have flak jacket on, you can get killed if you're close enough to someone that got hit by it. I think they should keep the direct impact damage. Whoever it hits is the one that should die, and maybe if they're hurt really bad and someone's next to that person, if they're hurt really bad and they're standing next to a guy that gets hit by the Hunter Killer Drone, then I can understand him dying. But it shouldn't be where 3 people with full health should get killed by 1 little drone that you get pretty easily. I think it should be fixed. And the other really overpowered score streak is Lightning Strike. Now, Lightning Strike is a combination of airstrike and artillery in a sense. You once you get the score streak, you call it in. You bring out this little tablet, little computer thing, and it shows you the map with A, B, and C. And you're like, okay, that's normal, whatever. That's what usually happens. Well, yes, but in this, it shows where the enemy is. Not like a Blackbird. It's like a UAV. It comes by every second or two, which isn't bad if the airstrike was delayed. But right when you call in that airstrike, there's about a 1 second delay, if that, until the airstrike comes by. And it's not a huge explosion, but you can call in 3 of them. So if you center them all, like B flag or A flag or whatever, you can get a multi-kill almost every time. A friend of mine, Sharp, I think he gets a triple kill almost every time he calls in a lightning strike. I think there should either be a delay between the lightning strike when you call it in from when it comes in, or there shouldn't be like a UAV on the little computer showing you where the enemies are. Now, if the enemy was firing or something, I can understand that popping up. That's fine. But having the enemy pop up, even if they're um, running to the objective, just them popping up, I don't agree with that. I think that should be fixed. Personal opinion. The guns are very balanced, and there's not one gun in each class that just feels super like it's the best one. However, I say however a lot. You know, I'm really realizing that, and I apologize if it annoys you. I'll try and stop saying it that much. But the DSR in the sniper class, which is what I'm using, I think it is the best sniper, personally. I've tried the ballista for one game, and I did not like it. But I love this gun. It's pretty much a bolt action 50 caliber sniper rifle, and it is just awesome. It's really good with ACOG, but I like the normal scope better. The where was I? Oh, the guns overall are more balanced. Like all the assault rifles are pretty equally good. Some have a little faster firing rate. The others have a little more damage if they have a slow firing rate. So it's pretty balanced overall. There won't be like two guns only being used like in Black Ops 1, where it's like the FAMAS and the Galil and the AK-47, sorry, which were the dominant guns. In this, I can see all the guns being used most of the time. But due to the map layout and the quickness of the game, because this game is so fast-paced, it's probably the most fast-paced Call of Duty yet. Due to the map design, which are generally small, they're like Modern Warfare 3 size maps, which I found disappointing because I thought they were too small and too corner camping. Like there's a lot of like small rooms, corridors, tight spaces. It's not open. Like Turbine, what the map that you just saw previously was probably the most open map in the game, and probably the biggest. And their maps are a little too small. I don't like them that much. I do like the maps. I just don't like how big they are, and of all the crap that's in the map, all the tight corners, tight spaces, which makes the SMG class the most dominant class. It makes the SMGs the best guns in the game. They're not overpowered because at range they are terrible. But there's very few points in the game where you'll be at a certain distance to where the SMGs are worthless and your gun will be more powerful because the maps are so close quarters. Like Carrier is probably one of the more open maps also. This map really reminds me of Airfield. I just want to get that out now before I forget. It just reminds me so much of Airfield from World War. The hit detection in the game is Black Ops pretty much. Black Ops 1. A little better. Won't lie, it's a little better. Sometimes, due to the auto aim assist not being on for snipers, I'm like, I know I hit that guy, but it doesn't pop up, so obviously I didn't. It's just I'm not used to not having aim assist for my sniper for the first second. But there are flaws in the game. There are, like I said, spawns are terrible. SMG class is so predominant. The map design is not bad, but has issues. Flak Jacket actually is not that powerful. It's not that good. So when grenades are thrown on B, which is so easy to do in this game, it's pretty much spawn and throw. You don't have to run a distance at all. Flak Jacket's worthless, so it just does not help that much. They need to beef up Flak Jacket just a little bit to be effective due to the map size of the game and the grenades being very powerful. So overall, the game is really good. It is a must-buy if you've played other Call of Duties and enjoyed them all. I think it might be the best Call of Duty to date. However, that might change, but as of now, the game is a 9.4. I give it a 9.4 due to how they did change up the multiplayer a little bit. It still keeps its Call of Duty central, the basic Call of Duty, it's still that, but they've improved upon it. Even though the trying to find your challenges and everything in the game is like 10 times harder. It's weird how they hit it. But overall, the game is a 9.4, has an awesome campaign, it's great, best graphics in the CoD series. Zombies was not what I would thought it would be, but it's still very good, and multiplayer is amazing and extensive. So 9.4 is the final score on this game. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching my Black Ops 2 review.